Hello, everyone. Okay, we are about to go into the next. To hear me, let's invite others, copy the link, and share it with others to be part. We've been getting value from the trainings, from the workshop so far. So another session right now. Okay, welcome. Thank you. We're going to another set of a successful teacher. Mindset of a successful, very, very important. And the person that will be taking us on your convener, the growth-minded educator, the flip Abdullateef Adedeji. Okay, before then, let me formally wish you a happy Teachers Day. Okay. Wow, wow, wow. So we're getting into it now. Thank you so much for joining. I'm really glad that you are here. Without you, this workshop would not mean anything. Okay, again, I'm wishing you happy Teachers Day. Why am I doing that? Because teachers are very, very like they are. Teachers are a set of people that I hold in a very factors. They impact, they inspire, they influence. They're everything you can think of. They give up themselves to other people. So sacrifices that most of us will never see, sacrifices that even the world will never know about, but then they make it. So for that, on this special day, I really celebrate you all. Celebrate you all and empowering for you. The Teachers Day workshop is aimed at empowering you with the right mindset, skill set, and two sets and profitable teaching career. And not only that, that's not really the end goal. The end goal is when you have a profitable and thriving teaching career, you can be able or you can be better equipped so that you can be able to contribute to the transformation of education. And as you have seen from the video I posted that I showed earlier, is transformation of education begins with teachers, and those teachers to be able to need. They need to be empowered, and that's why we are here. So we're going to be getting started with the second session, which is on mindset of a successful teacher. If you can hear me here, mindset of a successful teacher. Just comment mindset. If you can hear me, if you're with me, comment mindset of a successful teacher. Just comment mindset, and I'll on to have a an empowering session. Okay. Okay, fantastic. Thank you. Lesson here. Okay, so mindset. So what does mindset means? So mindset is so you see things. How you see your mindset about a particular thing is simply how you okay. Thank you. Is about a particular thing, about yourself, about the world in generally. Only determine your life set. Your mindset determine so your mindset actually determine your life sets. Okay, so what it means that the way your mind sets will determine in this you can be dropping the nuggets in the comment section. For example, type that your mindset determine your life set. So I can put it up here. So your mindset, this means that the way your mind is set will determine how your life is set. Your belief about a particular thing will determine how you're going to act. And then before I even go into that, there's a particular formula that actually explains this process of mindset. So let me just say that here. So your mindset, I mean your belief about something. So your mindset actually is a combination, like accumulation of all the beliefs you have. So your mindset about teaching is all the beliefs you have about teaching. That thing is your belief about that thing too. Okay. Now your mindset about a particular thing determines your belief about that thing. Okay. Your mindset about that thing. Now, do you know then your belief determines your thinking about that thing, will determine what you're going to think about that thing. Okay, so you believe teachers are poor, your thoughts are poor. Okay, I hope you're getting that. Now, after your thoughts, so your thoughts will now determine your feeling. Your thoughts determine about something, determines how you are going to feel. For example, now, there was a research that say that we human beings generally we have of close to 60,000 thoughts every day. So what that means is that it's nearly impossible to actually track or monitor our thoughts to know what we are thinking about at a particular time. But do you know how we can do this? We can simply know how we are thinking by checking how we are feeling, because your thought actually determines your feeling. You're feeling somehow, you have to you are feeling that feeling because you are feeling negative, even though you may not be aware, even though you may not be aware of that, but then your feeling always come from your thinking. Now, what do your feeling do? Your feeling determines your actions. So how you feel at a particular time will determine how you are going to act. You see that people will tell you, I don't feel like doing this, I feel like doing this. You will be thinking, I need to read my book. Oh, that is thinking. But if you like, I don't feel like reading, I just feel like watching movie. And go and watch movie. Okay? So your feeling determines how you act. Your feeling determines your actions. So for example, now let's take it from teachers are poor. So if your mindset is like a scarcity mindset where you believe that teachers are poor, generally poor. So your belief is that teachers are poor. Your thought process will be around teachers are poor. Okay? Your feelings will come from there. So when you get to class, you'll be able to teach well because you don't just feel like teachers can be rich. Okay, so because you be like your feeling and going to affect your actions too. It's going to affect the way you act. And guess what? When you affect the way you act, it's going to affect the results you get. So from mindset to beliefs to thoughts to feelings to actions to results. So this is the formula. So when you understand this formula, you come to understand why we said your mindset actually determines your life or maybe someone that scored 2 to score lower class in university. You must understand that the person does not score that lower class based on the last exam. No, it's accumulation of all the results, and that's your life set. So your life set is simply the accumulation of all the results that you have gotten in your life, and your result is determined by your actions. Your action is determined by your mindset. Okay, so that's how mindset determines your life set. Now, to now take you further, what you must understand is that because you might feel like what is even mindset? I cannot even know my mindset. I can't know. It's not something visible or that. One thing you must understand is that in this world, the invisible creates the visible. The invisible creates the visible. And what does that mean? It means that things that you cannot see actually create what you can see. For example, look around you where you are right now. The phone you're using to watch this right now is created in someone's mind before you can hold it. Okay, it's first created in someone's head before you can become something you can hold. Okay, so what that simply means is that the invisible create the visible, because it's what you're thinking in your head that you can produce in your hand with your hand. Okay, so this particular thing, anything, no matter what, look around you, no matter what you can see around you right now, is a process or is a product of someone's thoughts. It comes from an idea. An idea is simply a thought that you have at a particular time. Okay, so that is that. So you must understand that the invisible always and we always create the visible. For example, when you plant a seed in the ground, you don't see the seed again. But what do you see? You see the tree, and then you see the fruits. Okay? So what that means is that a seed that is hidden under the ground that you cannot see is what that is creating what you can see, the fruits. Now, why do you need to understand that invisible create the visible? Is that when you understand that the invisible create the visible, when you're not trying to change your results, and that's really the mistake that most people make. You want to change the result you're getting in life, and guess what? You want to change your action. Start changing your action. You want to change your result by all means. But you know that it must always start with your mindset. For example, let's say you have a mango tree in your environment or in your house. So, and the mango tree is the mango fruit. So you now feel like, hey, I don't want to drink mango fruit again. I don't want to like take a mango fruit again. What I want to start taking in is orange fruit. But guess what? You are now wishing that the mango fruit is going to change into an orange fruit. Okay? And then you expect another tree to come up with orange fruit. Is it possible? No. Okay, the tree produces but something else produces the tree. So to create a orange tree or orange fruit, you need to that will now give birth that will now produce an orange tree, which will now produce orange fruits. So change your life, and I'm very sure that's why you are here. If you don't want to make something happen, if you don't want bigger things to happen in your life, you probably not be here. Okay, and all of us have our next level. Okay, so you must understand that what you want to get right, you want to transform your life, you want to change your life from how it is before to a better future or to a better. And you must check yourself first. What are the mindset that you have? What are the disempowering mindsets that you have? Okay, now because we are teachers, we are the one that suffer most from mindset issue, and that is because our perception. Because you might want to ask, where does our mindset comes from? Okay, to rephrase the formula again, your mindset determines your belief, your thoughts determines your feelings determines your actions, your actions determines your result, and guess what, your result will reinforce your mindset. So if you believe teachers are poor and you act, you think, teacher, and then because you are a poor teacher, you will now it will now reinforce your mindset that teachers are actually poor. Okay, so that is really okay. I'm trying to add a moderator back. Okay, she should be back now. Okay, welcome, Miss Barakat. Okay,
Thank you very much.
so your action or your results will now reinforces your mindset back. So you now believe more that it is true, teachers are indeed poor. Okay, and this is what happens to most people. This is the challenge that most people have being a teacher. So as a teacher, you must first change your mindset. And most of us have different perceptions, have many like negative perception of teaching. Like most of us, we get into teaching because of conditions. We get into teaching because we don't have any other alternative. So we just get into it. Okay? And that's why we are into teaching. But before we get into teaching, before we become teachers, we have heard or seen a whole lot of negative things about teachers. Some of you have been in class where they will ask you, what do you want to become in future? And someone will tell you, we want to become a teacher. And all of you, we stay glued. No hands will come up. So we all have negative perception about teaching before. But because of some conditions, we found ourselves inside the teaching profession. And this is really what is holding most of us back. Even though we are putting in the effort, we're not getting the result. Why? Because we have a faulty mindset about teaching in the first place. And this is really what is affecting us. So to change your the way you teach, to change your career as a teaching, to have a more profitable and thriving teaching career, the first thing you to reevaluate your thinking. What do you believe about teachers? Go back to those days. This is what programming do. This is really programming. Most of us have been programmed to see teachers as being poor. Most of us are citizens. Most of us, we are in our environment, people don't respect teachers as anything. Even in your own house. Why? Because the way teachers live generally is not. And all these things, all these experiences actually affect our mindset. And it affects everything we do. But guess what? You will not know. Conscious is the absence of conscious aware of it. The only thing you just know that you just see that is that everything you're doing, you are still back at school. You have to wait for the end of the month every time. Why? Because teachers only depend on salary. Okay, so I hope you're getting. If you're getting it, drop a comment. Say I'm getting it in the comment section. Okay, so your mindset affects everything else. As I said earlier, your mind. If you want to change the way your life is set, you have to change the way your mind is set first. You have to develop empowering. Be listing some mindsets, some disempowering mindset that we have that it may be holding us back from having a thriving, from being so. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so I'm going to be listing some of them, and the first one I'm going to list is the fixed mindset. So what does the fixed mindset means? And this fixed mindset actually affects everything else. It actually affects the other. And the fixed mindset simply means that It's a type of mindset that people have that makes them believe that things are fixed. It makes you believe that if you are poor today, you will continue to be poor. It makes you believe that if a student does not know mathematics today, the student can never know mathematics. Fixed minded make you believe that. Can you drop it in the comment section? Fixed mindset. So fixed minded make you believe that everything is carved into stone. Special people can do some special things. It's rated talent over effort. It's believed that if you do something once and it does not work, it's just, which is very, very wrong. And this is what's holding most of us back. And it's not holding us back alone, it's also holding our student back. So if you are the type of teacher that believe that if you don't know mathematics today, you can never know mathematics. So when you are teaching in primary school, you're teaching and you realize that this student does not know mathematics at the moment, you believe that this student can never know mathematics. Okay? And it's because you believe that your student can achieve some the level of academic performance, there's talent. You also believe that your own teaching ability is also fixed. Because guess what? When you believe that a student can now, what happened is that you go to the extra lengths, you go extra mile. You believe that this one that does not know mathematics can never know mathematics. What do? You just leave the student on his own. Okay, so things are not fixed. Things can get better. Things can change. And the opposite of this mindset is the growth mindset. So you might be wondering, where does growth minded comes from? When you see Abdullateef call himself a growth minded educator, that's where it comes from. Having a growth mindset. And there is nothing that you cannot achieve. There is nothing that you cannot achieve with having a growth when you have a growth mindset. Because you simply believe that everything can work if you put in the effort. Okay, you believe that everything can work. And this is really what happens to me. Okay, to share a bit of my story. So I get into teaching officially in 2020. But before then, I read a book. I'm going to recommend a book later. It's called Mindset, The New Psychology of Success by Carol Dweck. So when I read the book, I understand about mindset. I get this, the difference between the growth mindset and the fixed mindset. Even before then, the way I actually taught my student, I knew that, wow, I've been practicing this thing. This just served as a confirmation for me. But what happened is that when I want to get into teaching officially, I decided that I'm not going to be just a normal teacher. I'm not just going to be a normal teacher. Could you please excuse me for a few moments? Miss Baraka, can you please take over? I'll be back.
All right, no problem. So if you are still on this program with us, just drop anything on the comment section. Let me read. Perhaps you are enjoying the session with us. Okay, I can say this. Miss asking me, you Amina, it makes people believe things are fixed and cannot get better. Yes, and the thing is, mindset is very powerful, as Coach Abdullateef has been saying, because it's just about you. And the major thing is, as a person, growth mindset matters a lot. Okay, it's back. All right, you're welcome, Coach. Are you there? Are you back now?
Hello? Okay, can I go on now?
Yes, you can go on.
All right. So as I was saying, so I decided that I'm not going to be just any other teacher. I'm going to be a teacher with a difference. And that's because I believe that no matter what I do, no matter what I say, anything I believe, I can actually achieve. So I believe that if I can put in the effort, I can actually achieve what most teachers are not able to achieve. And that's what brought us here. That's why you can see me doing this. You can see me holding a workshop like this. Why? How many times are you going to say that I will do this? No, it's not that I'm not special. I don't have special ability. No, it's just that because I have a growth mindset, I believe that all things are possible. If I can put in the efforts, I know that I can achieve it. I've seen a whole lot of people organize summits, organize conferences, and I know that they're not born with the ability to do that. They're not born with the skill. So I know that if I can put in the effort that they're putting in, excuse me, then I can also do what they're doing. I can also achieve what they're achieving. So that's really what growth mindset means. So with growth mindset, you believe that things are possible. You believe that things are not carved into stone. You believe that even though you don't have you may not have something now, but you can actually get that thing later. The second mindset I want to talk about, which is very, very important, is a scarcity mindset. So scarcity mindset is a belief that things are not enough. It's a belief that things are not enough. Okay, things are not enough for everybody. Things cannot go around for everybody. So that's when you hear yourself saying, when you hear people saying, not everybody can be rich. You have to check yourself. And before I go into scarcity mindset, let me talk about this. You might be wondering how mindset is developed. Mindset is developed through what you hear, what you see, and what you feel. At least majorly through that. What you hear, what you see, and what you feel. So when you hear someone say, not everybody cannot be rich. Some will be rich, some will be poor. You know that, I don't believe that one. It might be true for others. It can be true. Then you know that it's not for you, it's not your own portion. Because guess what? When you believe that, it means that you being rich, you being successful is 50-50. No, you have the ability to create wealth for yourself. Everybody, okay, so to rephrase that, everybody will not be rich. Yes, everybody. And I want you to, and this is very, very important when you're dealing with mindset. The words will and can. Everybody can be rich, but not everybody will be rich. Why? Because not everybody is willing to do what will make them rich. That's the reason why everybody cannot be rich. Everybody will not be rich. It's not that everybody cannot be rich. Okay, if everybody do what is going to create wealth for them, everybody will be rich. Nothing will stop anybody from being rich. Okay, I hope you get in that line. Okay, so with growth mindset now, you believe that things are actually possible for you. So with the scarcity mindset, when you hear people say everybody cannot be rich, things cannot go down, things are not enough, somebody have to lose before someone win, somebody have to lack before someone have, that is scarcity mindset. That should not be for you. So you see teachers will be grumbling that it's because their school owner is having money, that's why they don't have money. See, people will say it's because my brother is have money, that's why I don't have money. No. And guess what? This belief actually affects your actions. Because when you believe that because someone have money, that's why you don't have money, you stop trying. There's something called learned helplessness. And what learned helplessness means is that is when you get to a situation where you now believe that no matter what you do, it cannot just affect anything again. So you believe that, some people have to be poor for some people to be rich. And you have tried to be rich many times and it's not working out. You feel like, maybe I'm just part of those category of people that will never be rich. And because of that, you stop trying. You stop trying. Now, this scarcity mindset is actually in two forms. One is when you believe that things cannot go on for everybody. Then another one is middle class mentality. Middle class. I want you to type this, especially this. This is very, very important because most of us are on this table. Middle class mentality. Middle class mentality. We know what middle class mentality is. That mentality of being comfortable, of getting enough. There is one where you feel like the first level of that disempowering mindset is scarcity mindset, where you believe that things are not enough for every other people. Then you get to that level where you now believe that you just need to get enough for yourself. So you get satisfied. There is difference between contentment and satisfaction. You have to be contented with what you have, but you must also understand that you can have more. And you must put in the effort to actually get more. Why being happy with what you have? Okay? But satisfaction is when you are satisfied. That means you believe that you cannot have more. So you're just okay with what you have. So middle class mentality is what people have when they believe that you just need to have okay life. Or Yoruba will say something like, if your power are you, that's middle class. If your power are you are not full, you are not empty. No, you don't have to be that. You can actually be full. Okay, the opposite of these two mindsets is abundant mindset. Abundant mindset is you know that there's possibility for everybody to have, and then not just have, but you can actually have more than enough. You can actually have more than enough because guess what? There's this thing that I always say and people always say, and I want to use it with respect to finances right now, is the fact that you cannot give what you don't have. Yes, it's very true, but that is true with let me see, did I call it? I forget this in biology. There's this particular word. Yes, that is true with renewable resources. That is true with resources that cannot like that cannot be used one time. That is true with resources that can be used like for knowledge right now. What I'm telling you right now, I cannot tell you if I don't know it. And just because I've told you right now does not mean that it's not out of my head. Hmm. But guess what? For resources that you can only use it one time. You cannot give what you have. It is still level. You cannot give what you don't have. That's one. Two, you cannot give what you have. You can't. Don't let them lie to you. If you have 1,000 naira in your pocket and someone is asking for that 1,000 naira, and that 1,000 naira is your last card, you want to use it to do something else, you cannot give the money. It's not being stingy. Just that you have it, but you can't give it away because you also have some purpose set for it. So when you want to help people, you have to understand that you can truly give. And I actually got this from one of John Obidi's session. So he said that you can truly give from your overflow. I want to say that again. You can truly, if you don't get anything, get this from here. You can truly give from your overflow. That is where you have more than enough. So middle class mentality is selfish mentality. Is me, as I just need to have. So far I have, everything is fine. So if I can have, then I'm fine. No, but as teachers, you need to think beyond yourself. So when you think, okay, empowering people, empowering yourself to empower other people, and that's the theme for this section, for this workshop, empowered to empower. So we're not stopping at being empowered ourselves alone. We also want to empower others. To empower others, you must understand that you cannot just have it. You must have it in abundance. You must have it in overflow. Because to truly help people, you cannot give what you have. You have to give more. You have to have more than you need so that you can be able to give other people. Okay, so that's really what you know how we help people sometimes, and after helping them, we start regretting. Feel like, who sent me? Who asked me to even give that person that money? No, that is not really helping, because anything you don't feel good about, you don't feel fulfilled about. So what is that? So when you have abundance, when you work with the abundance mentality in mind, you can have more than enough. And when you have more than enough, you can help people. So when I realized this particular fact, that there's a saying that says the best thing you can do for the poor is not to be among them. Okay, there's no how. You cannot be struggling and want to help people. No, it takes capacity to be able to help. It takes capacity to make impact. So to make impact, you must have more than enough. You must have more than what you need, so that you can be able to give others. This is very, very, I hope we're getting this. If you're getting this, please put fire emoji in the comment section. Okay, so you must have more than enough. Remember, the best thing you can do for the poor is not to be among them. To help the poor, you cannot be poor and trying to be helping poor. It's like two dead persons. You cannot wake each other up now. For you to be able to wake a dead person up, you must be alive. And that's why you must transcend middle class. So when you transcend middle class, when you transcend just trying to get things for yourself alone, you start thinking, you know what it's going to do for you? Let me ask this question. If you want to make 1 million naira, don't let me say if you want to make money. Yeah, let's put that aside. If you have 4 kids that you want to send to school, and someone else has 2 kids that they want to send to school, they're going to the same school, they're paying the same school fees. But you know that because you have 4 kids, you're paying times 2 of what the person with 2 kids is going to pay. Are you supposed to work at the same level? No. Naturally, you're supposed to work more than that person. That's the same thing. So when you have it in mind, when you intend to help other people, guess what? It fuels your action. You don't take regular action. You don't do what everybody is doing. Okay? You go to the extra mile, equipped to actually help others. Okay? So that is that about scarcity mentality, middle class mentality, and abundance mentality. The other mentality is entitlement mentality, and we are here. Entitlement mentality is when you are entitled, when you believe that people owe you something, when you believe that your success is someone else's hand, and because you cannot change other people, you feel like helping me, people are not supporting me because of that. Okay, that is entitlement mentality. When you wait for people to do something for you, you have to know that the opposite of this is responsibility mentality. When you are completely responsible for yourself. See, we are all grown-ups here, but even for small babies, I believe something so much, and that is that the only responsibility your mom and your dad have over you is to give birth to you. So after they have given birth to you, anything they do is still their responsibility. Yes, they can do it, but if they don't do it, you should not hold it against them. See, people that don't have mom or dad are being successful. People that have only mommy are being successful. People that don't have anybody that was even thrown out, don't even bother of blaming someone else for your misfortune. So this particular one also is two. We have the victim mentality and we have the entitlement mentality. Entitlement mentality is where you believe that someone else should help you to achieve what you want to achieve. Someone else must contribute to what you want to do before you can do it. Victim mentality, on the other hand, is when you believe that someone else is the cause of your misfortune. Okay, that's when you blame other people for your situation. And guess what? Do you know the problem with blaming other people for your situation? Is that the problem is that you cannot change other people. And because you cannot change, if you believe that, now let me tell you this right now. If you believe that the reason why you are poor as a teacher right now is because of the economy, trust me, you will continue to be poor. It's not a curse. Why? Because you cannot control the economy. The only thing you can control is yourself. And that's where the idea of personal economy comes from. The idea that you are totally in control and responsible for what you have in life. Excuse me. So when you are totally responsible, when you believe that you are responsible for what you have in life, that can help you. It helps you to go for anything. It helps you to know that if I'm poor right now, I'm the one responsible for it. And because you believe that you are responsible for your poverty, that means you can now think of ways to become rich, to overcome that poverty. But you believe that your poverty is caused by something else, you cannot do anything about it. You can't. It's just like they say you can't control the wind, but you can control the sail. You can't control whether there's going to be rain or not, but you can think of taking an umbrella with you. Like you're going out in the morning, you don't know whether it's going to be rain or not, so you can't control that. But there's something else you can control. That's taking an umbrella along with you. It's like someone that have umbrella with him, and that's it. All of us have the potential to actually create anything we want for ourselves. So to give you the scenario, let's say I'm going out, I have an umbrella with me, and then it's raining. I'm now shouting, rain, stop raining, stop raining. I'm getting wet, I'm getting wet, I'm getting wet. Just stop raining. You got to stop raining. People are going to look at me. Are you mad? Are you crazy? Is anything wrong with this guy? Even with umbrella, and that is it. We all have the potential. God has given us, has deposited in us everything that we need to give to have the best life we desire. Okay, but we are just like that type of person, that person with umbrella and shouting, it's raining, stop raining, I'm getting wet. So you feel like it's just common sense. Even a small baby can tell the person, uncle, why not use the umbrella in your hand? And the only reason why the person is going to use the umbrella is when you believe that, yes, I'm actually responsible for this. Now, to give a caveat about this, it's not that you can ask, okay, I'm going through this, I'm doing this, I'm doing well in this. Maybe someone has accident, this thing happened to these things to this person. Is the person actually responsible for that? Yes, no, and yes. The person may not actually be responsible for something that happened, but you must know that the person is responsible for changing it. There's something that say you cannot change your circumstances. You cannot decide what's going to happen to you, but you can decide how you're going to respond to it, and that's the responsibility mindset. Because when you say that, there's a saying that say, if you fall down, okay, that's not your fault. It's not your fault to fall down. But if you keep being down, that's your fault. Because you should be able to think that if I fall down, what should I do? I will stand up. Okay? It's not your fault that you can be going across the street and you fall down. Okay? That's not your fault. But it's your fault if you remain down. They're saying that say there's this, I think it's a joke, or and it's actually serious, say that if you're it's not your fault that you are not born into a rich family. But if you don't create a rich family, that's your fault. And that's very true. We cannot determine our background. Yes, we cannot determine our history, but we can determine our future. And the only way we can determine our future is when you believe that your future is in your hand. There's a saying I had somewhere. It said the history, sorry, the past is in our head, the future is in our hand. What that means is that the future is in your hand to create, to mold into whatever you want to mold it to. But when you continue blaming every other person out there that they are the one in that the reason why you are poor, some of you even believe that you are poor because you are a teacher. No, there are teachers that did amazingly well. Okay, so that means teacher is not, you're not. I'm glad you're getting value. So being a teacher is not why you're poor. The reason why you're poor is because you believe that teaching actually make you poor. So the entitlement mentality is when you believe that someone else is responsible for your success. Okay? Victim mentality is when you believe that someone else is responsible for your failure. If you believe that someone has to do something for you before you achieve something, you never do it. You just be waiting for that person. And you cannot control what other people are going to do because other people have their life. Every other person have their own struggle and challenges. So while I'm facing my own future, trying to make things happen for myself, you expect me to start looking for you? No, that's not how it works. So victim mentality is when you believe that someone else is responsible for your failure.
Mr. Abdullateef, are you there? It seems there is a pause in the session, perhaps due to network or something. Let's just hold on a little bit for him to come back online. Coach Abdullateef, are you there? Oh, I think he lost it. It's all right. As I was saying, I want to believe that every one of us are getting values, because that especially, though I couldn't meet up with the beginning of the session, but right now I've gotten a lot of value. Firstly, about growth mindset. Secondly, about scarcity mindset. Thirdly, middle class mindset, or let me say mentality, because most of us, that is what we do believe. That once I have a little, it's okay. But at times, the little is not always enough. We just have to get enough. As they said, that if you want to help the poor, you don't have to be among them. The best you can do is just to have enough. So when you have enough, you will be able to help them. And at times, when people want to help, they will be like, oh, I don't even have enough. And that is why we have to move ourselves from this middle class mentality to abundant mentality. And also, as he has been explaining, that entitlement mindset, I can say that most especially, I have been working with teachers for over 5 years, and when people talk, you will see that they feel this entitlement mindset. They will tell you that I don't have money. I am a teacher. I earn very less, and they will give you several excuses. And there is one thing that people fail to know, that every excuse is genuine. There is no any excuse that is not genuine. All excuses are genuine. So we have to move to this responsible mentality. We have to accept our own faults. We have to believe that, okay, this particular thing, I am at fault, and this is what I can do to come out of this mess. And another thing I've observed is that when they become successful, at times they don't feel entitlement anymore. They feel responsible. Yes,
But how can you now move yourself to that stage? It's just like shedding of a dress, or shedding of a layer of part of you. Now, when you become responsible, you realize that not everything matters when they talk about you. Okay, this is this person, blah blah. As a matter of fact, as a teacher, there are a lot of things that you can lay your hands on that will eventually make you one of the extraordinary teachers. Yes, and it's very, very important that the future we are creating. For the past few years, people do say that the reward of every teacher is in heaven, but nowadays I do tell them that we can actually make it here in on earth before we even go to heaven. Though we are building futures. Yes, as you are building futures, why can't you build yours as well along the line? It is very, very important. As Coach Abdullateef said, that you cannot change your circumstances, but you can change how you respond. Yes, and how do we respond, or how do we react? This is about your mindset. We've seen teachers that, in fact, working with a private sector, from there they will start to develop their own school, and before you know it, they become this, you know, a successful person. Why? Responsible mentality. They feel that they are responsible for everything that happens to them. And that is the power, that is the key. So, and another thing I would like to lay emphasis more on, building our own future as well. So, this is still, we still go back to the growth mindset. For instance, now, I've seen a person that at first just a normal classroom teacher. In fact, the person started as this assistant teacher, so in one of those international school. But at the long run, he got this responsible mindset. He moved from this middle class mindset. He went for his BSc, like almost seven BScs in India. When he got back, in fact, they had to send an honorary invite to him to come. So when he came back, he was not just an ordinary person anymore, because he is in the stage, or let me say the level, that everyone will want to learn from. And why is that so? Growth. Growth is very, very important. I do tell people that if you are not adding values to people, if you're not adding values to life, if you're not making any impact, people might tend to draw back from you. But if people know that, okay, this person that's is here, we have something to learn from this person, or we have something to gain from this person will add value to my life or any other thing, definitely they will move closer to you, and that is paramount. So as teachers, we have to move from this scarcity mindset to growth mindset, and as well from this middle class mentality to abundant mindset. Fine. One of the reasons, or let me say, one of the challenges that people do use, or excuses that people do use, being a classroom teacher, is that we have limited time to work after school. After working for some days or some hours, I get exhausted before I get home, 7 p.m., 8 p.m., lot of things. So the only thing they do is just to move from the four walls of the classroom to their own apartment. The following day, they will move back to the four walls of the classroom, nothing more. In fact, I can say their own level of research is very low, which is very bad. It is very bad. So, now, how do you schedule your own time? I believe Coach Abdullateef is having some challenges with his network. He's supposed to have joined, but let me just try to reach out.
I would do is I would just continue and finish the session. I'll continue and finish the session, and I hope anyone join me. That's fine. So I'm explaining a lot of things about mindset. I talk about the security. I'm talking about fixed mindset, scarcity, and effectiveness. Now, the salary mentality. So salary mentality is when teachers depend only on salary, and this is the reason why most teachers are, why most teachers complain struggle financially. When you depend on only salary, or you believe that the only means that you can make as a teacher is salary. Salary people that struggle with the uh salary mentality are people that they only wait on salary before they do anything. And the opposite of this is entrepreneurial mentality. This is where you start thinking of how can you solve problem. User, this is where you thinking of business, thinking like a business owner. And how does business owner think? So now I call entrepreneur. And what is an entrepreneur? An entrepreneur that solve a problem for profits. So as a teacher, you start looking for ways to from your teaching skills, even outside your classroom. The salary mentality puts you down, like cage you to depend only on the salary. But your entrepreneurial mentality, you can set salary, you still collect your salary, you can't say you should leave your teaching job. But there are some people they have 75 the way they go to work every day and come back, but they still have other sources of income. So think about it. What do you have? What is that? What is that thing that skills do you have? It's just because skills. How do you offer it to more people? How can you be a benefit to more people that more people can pay you? So that's the mentality. The other mentality is consumer mentality. Is when the only thing you do is consume and consume and consume. You don't produce things. See, you cannot be rich. You cannot be successful. The only thing you do is consume. You must learn to produce. You must adjust producer mentality. According to producer mentality, it's not as if you don't produce. Before you can call someone a producer, what is more is consuming. You can even consume more than what is producing, but it's not just consuming, it's also producing. Okay? But consumer mentality is when the only thing you do is to consume and consume. And this is not really about, it's about money to have any other thing. For example, you are right now, you are consuming this content. Right now, you should be thinking of, okay, how can I create something like this? And this is actually what motivates me. What because all this. What is happening? When I attend the session, I see how much I get value from that session. And I feel like this person is doing amazing work or putting this together. So I feel like, okay, this can be me too. I know that this can be me. And that's really why I do what I do. That's really that's what pushes me to do everything I do. Because I don't just want to be a consumer. I also want to be a producer. So I also produce. So right now, my own way of producing other things, instead of just consuming other people's content. Like creating my own content, put my own something out. Teachers, what about you? You're using someone else's book to teach in the beginning of your teaching career. Have you ever think of producing a book, authoring a book on something that you've been doing for past 10 years, 20 years? Yes, it's part of it. So they just consume other people's content. They just consume other people's production. Producing. Okay, so those are the mindsets, this empowering mindset. And I've explained other things that you can actually do to become to like overcome all those negative mindsets and adopt and I've shown you the opposite one, which is the positive mindset. All right. So to go on to the next thing, I just want to quickly explain how you can overcome negative mindset. So to overcome negative mindset, the first thing is awareness. Is you becoming aware. Okay, becoming aware of that negative mindset is you knowing that I have this empowering mindset. But trust me, anything you don't know cannot do anything with it. Nothing. You can't do anything with it. Most of the time, the problem that we have is really because is that we don't know that problem. That's really our problem. So when you know you have a problem, it can then you cannot start thinking of the solution. But when something is wrong with you and you don't even know that something is probably wrong with you cannot find solution. It's when you're hungry that you look for food. If you're hungry and you don't know, just starve to death. Okay? So the first thing is awareness, becoming aware of your negative mind. How do you do that? Monitor your thoughts. You may not monitor your thoughts, but monitor your feelings. See how you feel. When someone mentions something, there's something we call trigger. The trigger are things like are factors that make you that make you remember things, that cues, okay, or that connect make you know that make you become aware of a particular mindset. Like when you hear people say, I can never know mathematics. That's a trigger. Immediately come to your as fixed mindset. Yes, when you're talking with someone, you hear you see this subject, I can never. That's something. When you hear someone be like like so you have to monitor your thoughts, feelings, monitor what you say. Yes, monitor what you say. Your own conversation with yourself is even very important. Okay, what you hear and what you even say to yourself are great factor in shaping your subconscious mind and the place of your mindset. Okay, shaping your mind very important. What you say, hear, what you see. You have to monitor your environment is very important. Put your entire environment think, what you feel. That's environment is what you hear, what you see, make how make you feel. Place where people make you feel bad, make leave the place. Choose yourself. Very very important. Okay, so that is that. Become aware of this negative mindset. The next thing is to acknowledge it. Acknowledge that this thing is not good. I need to change. This thing is not good for my life, and I need to change. So we something we call affirmation. So affirmations are positive. Affirmations are powerful words that you can say. I can wake up and say, I'm glad, I'm great, I'm trying the best one can ever ask. I'm I'm abundance. Okay, I live in abundance. Okay, so these are affirmations. Excuse me. So I can learn and be very smart. Okay, change it sometimes. Something like sisters are poor. Say I'm not a poor teacher. Now this is it. Don't use negative, please. Like what I just said right now is wrong. I'm not a poor teacher. Don't say that. Say I'm a rich teacher. Sometimes you want to say you want to say I'm good, but instead of saying I'm good, you say I'm not bad. It is still bad. That's what the questions you don't know negative and positive. You don't know the action, which is what the most important thing there, which is you say I'm bad, I'm not bad. It is still bad. So always be positive. Always be positive. Okay, when you're dealing with affirmations, it is important. Make it be present, personal, and positive. Present, personal, and positive. I'm rich. Don't say I was rich. Don't say I will be rich. If you say I will be rich, you will forever will be rich. When you say I will be rich, it means that you're not rich yet. You just want to be rich. And you rich. Okay, you feel that you have that feeling of being rich. How will you feel when if you are really rich? How are you going to feel? So you feel that way. Okay, you try as much as possible. It's not going to be easy at first, but you force yourself. Or how do rich people feel? You try to feel it. That contentment from your inner being of being rich, of being living in abundance. Okay, so you feel it. Okay, so that's how to reframe, to build or develop empowering mindset for yourself. Now to close this off, I know this time has gone already. Okay, so to close this off, I'm just going to recommend 7 books that you can read. If you read them, it's going to do a whole lot of good in developing empowering mindset for yourself. The first one is As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. It's a very short book, but it's very powerful. Say, you're a Christian, you're familiar with it. Say, as a man thinketh, so he is. So in Jim Allen's book, As a Man Thinketh, he said something. He said, as a man thinketh, so he is. As he continues to think, so he remains. So as you are thinking, your present situation right now is a result of how you think. But how you continue to think will determine how you continue. We make sure that you remain there. If you keep thinking the way you've been thinking, you keep getting the same result you've been getting. Okay. Then we have A Secret of the Millionaire Mind. This is very an amazing book by T. Harv Eker. Secret of the Millionaire Mind. This is a book I recommend to every teacher. I recommend it so much. Let me check if I can get the book. Give me a sec. So this is okay. Welcome back. So this is Secret of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. Okay, this is the name. T. Harv Eker, Secret of the Millionaire Mind. So it's a very, very great book for developing empowering mindset. The another one is Think and Grow Rich. This is Think and Grow Rich here. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Think and Grow Rich. You got to buy this book. You got to read it. It's very, very important that you read this book. Then the other one is Who Moved My Chase? Very small book. Okay, the soft copy is like 39 pages. Right, this is around 90 pages or so. Get this book, Who Moved My Chase. Like it's going to help you to develop a mindset that embraces changes. So it's make you to be more open-minded to changes. Okay. Other ones are Mindset by Carol Dweck. Mindset, the psychology of success by Carol Dweck. And then we have The Secret. The Secret is by Rhonda Byrne. Rhonda Byrne, The Secret. And we have a Power of Positive Thinking, also very a great book by is it what the Emerson? No. Vincent Peale. Norman Vincent Peale. Okay, so those are the books. So I hope you enjoyed this session. I'm very sorry for the long breakout session. I also have like just do this in another video, but I just want to complete this so that we can end this once and for all. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for being part of the Teachers Day workshop. We continue again tomorrow by 5 p.m. Thank you so much and have a happy Teachers Day. Thank you.